Well, here it is, another log report. It's 4:39 in the afternoon. It's still Thursday. It's the 22nd of December 2022. Yeah, me again. What else is new? I'm just getting some stuff in order. Depression kick came in again. I woke up from a nap, thought maybe about an hour would kind of reset the brain. Sometimes an hour or two would help me reset when it comes down for naps. And came in again. Didn't break down, but it came in again. So I'm trying to get past this. I really am. I figure tomorrow I'll be getting two things simmering if I can. I still got a little bit of chicken left. I can probably have that tonight or save that for tomorrow. But I got to get the chicken going regardless. And I got to cut that damn thing in half and shove it in a pot. That'll take about 6 to 8 hours right there. The fun part is trying to get the carnitas going. I figured Saturday will be it. Saturday I'll be able to cook the carnita. Right now as it is, I could simmer the rest of the meat I've got left. Just a small portion of it for tacos tonight. Just trying to feel something. No, this is not like Cinco de Mayo or anything else like that. It's just I wanted something different. Just it's usually ham or turkey or any kind of specialty stuff we would have for Christmas dinners. I'm ad hocing at this point. I saw on YouTube and it was getting to my attention. I haven't had Mexican food in a hell of a long while. Besides the crap I had over at that taco place out in 20th in Roseman area, right across the street from the right across the street from the post office. Don Poncho's. Saltier and shit. And I could have had the other restaurant style Mexican food. It cost me about 20 or 30 bucks right there. But even 20 bucks costed me, or 24, just for a couple of tacos and a burrito, plus tax. And they don't do any delivery, so I have to go over there personally to get them. They don't have a Mexican place over here. Well, they have the restaurant. And then they have Thai food, which is suitable for Mandarin. You know, right, free fried rice, and then chicken chow mein, and egg roll. That'd be about 30 or 40 bucks right there. And knowing how they would last, maybe 2 or 3 nights on that one. Maybe I'll do it after Christmas. Just one last weeknight before anything else happens. But for this next 3 or 4 days, I'd gotten a large pork shoulder. I got cut in half. Stick one in the freezer or stick one in the refrigerator for a little bit. And cook this one down. And then go ahead and cook the other one down. I'll have to do that. The chicken, I want to make sure that I get enough for her. It's a whole chicken, so I'm going to just do that instead of just multiple trays of thighs. Just a whole chicken would work. Portion it out. So she'd be able to have something. And I saw how they were doing carnitas. There's how they were seasoning it up. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, just by cooking it is one thing. And the other things I could cook it up with and flavor it up. I just don't want to. I really don't want to clash it up a bit. I want to make sure that I got enough. Orange juice, I got enough for the citrus flavor, and then a bit of lemon lemon juice for lemon flavor. It's not natural, but I don't have any garlic, and I don't want to garlic the damn thing up. I got fresh onions, so I can just throw it in there and heat it and cook the flavor into it. That would work. Of course, I got the salt and pepper, and salt's around here somewhere. And I'm not talking about the seasoned salt because I could use the seasoned salt for anything else. I might as well cook some potatoes tonight. Just to go along with the. That's a lot of cooking. That's a lot of cooking. But they don't have what I need. So I got to improvise what I got. And there's nothing wrong with that because this is cooking. But yeah, I'd miss having a ham and potato salad. But a ham and potato salad I would use for the Easter. Because to me, ham and potato salad and Easter always go together. And then this time it's usually turkey. Despite the fact I got stuffing. No gravy. Maybe I could get some gravy tomorrow. Slow cookers, I'll just go out and get some gravy. Use part of the chicken. Yeah, chicken stuff. And probably use that for a little bit of a dinner or something like that. But I need to do what I gotta do. It has to be canned gravy, or actually jarred gravy. And it's better than nothing. I can cook it that way. And what I'm doing right now is heating up some chicken pieces in chicken broth for Mama's. She'll eat some of that. I think I'll serve about half of it to her. The rest of that we'll keep. I just want to see if she's going to be that hungry enough for it. I know she's getting sick and tired of it, and I got to find something else to get her fed. But this is the thing I got to deal with. I'm trying to fight the depression as much as possible at this point. It's trying to kick my ass at this. I had been triggered. I had been crying my eyeballs out earlier today, and I am just one sorry excuse of a person. I was watching. There was a FX version of A Christmas Carol. I'd seen it about maybe last year, a year before. Kept forgetting about the damn storyline. I had seen it 2018, 2019, somewhere in that time. Came out. And it was, well, British, BBC. Not Americanized. Hell, I'd preferred the old versions of Alistair Sim I kept saying every so often. Albert Finney, the musical Scrooge. But then again, if you want the bastardized version of A Christmas Carol, you watch the movie Scrooged. Yeah. G-E-D at the end of it. And that would have been Bill Murray. And a whole cast of characters in there. Trying to make it funny for American Christmas Carol. For the story. And the darker stories of it, the British try to make it as dark as possible. Dark and grimy and then ugly looking. We had to make it more bastardized, more commercialized. There was one with Henry Winkler in it. Of course, they had the women in there too. Women Scrooges. Of course, they'll be falling in love and then be a Hallmark show. I guess I'm just trying to find a way just to get through the holiday seasons. I'm reading it, I'm seeing it on online, and sometimes when I stay the hell away from it, it still gets to me. I feel like you get hooked and you can't get out of this damn cycle. But you acknowledge that you are part of the damn cycle. That's what I feel like. It's part of it. I mean, I talk about my stories. Let's talk about stuff like that because that's the only place I can do is do it social media, and not to mention doing this. person. Social media, I got our responses back. Won't be one or two. From the author that reads the thing, you're saying, "Oh, well, it's you know, I'll hit a chord. I'll hit a chord." I guess maybe I'm trying to feed an ego or something like that in the first place. And it drives me nuts, especially when I'm trying to do that. You know what gets to me? Closer it gets to the holiday season, I'm saying about other critters and creatures are having issued over this time of season. I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too much death. I'm seeing too much misery. I'm seeing too much heartache these days. I am not seeing hope sometimes. I try to see other people trying to make light of it. And through this dark, dismal eyes, the very creatures I'm trying to exterminate right now or get the hell out of my damn apartment, they can just leave. Just mass out of here. Of course, I had to bug somebody else for the damn place. Normally, other people would be pissed off about it, but I'd be happy about it, right? Or would I? I never did like squishing the creatures like this in my house. It just doesn't feel right. Exterminate them with the damn chemicals left and right. Starting to see these guys killing themselves. It in a holiday season like this, it's getting to me. It's getting to me. Maybe I'm getting more and more sensitive. Maybe I am getting more sensitive. Maybe that's a good thing. I think I'm touched more and more with my humanity inside. Hadn't cried as much over little things. Getting triggered and the thoughts come up and you feel it welling up. You feel the tears welling up. You feel that you have to. Well, if you're going to be crying, it's like spiritually. I'm going to hate to sound gross like this, but throwing up. Whatever is welling up inside to be blasted out. In tears and screaming and action. Physically, it's one thing. But when I feel like the spirit is moved and it needs to express itself, I feel like there's nothing to do but wait for the trigger, and then it hits, and then I'm off to the races crying my eyeballs out. And other thoughts come in of thinking, like, let's continue the feeling over here, and I'm still crying my eyeballs out. Because I'm pouring out my heart and soul through it. Yeah. And at a time like this, I get not the happy, joyful stuff, but it's the mournful, sorrowful music of the holiday times of certain pieces that I've come across, and it just stuck with me like crazy. Because it reminds me of gentler times. It's a gentler tones. Mannheim Steamroller and the music they call Traditions of Christmas. It's an easygoing tune. It's not like blasting it out like Celebration does. But Traditions, it's moving. Or then I keep hearing Veni, Veni in my head. And that's another thing. I'd hear Gregorian chants. And the Gregorian chants puts me into a certain mood as well. Not to where I'm going to be emotionally pouring out my heart and soul, but it's just. Sorry, I'm watching a pot right now. Sorry. But I'm not emoting as much. I drive myself crazy with the harder, faster beats of different places left and right. Maybe there's a few rock and roll tunes I would hear so often just to get myself really, really motivated into it. But for right now, just mellow going. It's just, it hits. I start thinking about family. I start losing it. Sorry, what have I done? What could I have done? I look at my family. Have I done everything else I could? Have I done everything I could for them? Did I do enough? And I guess my mom and dad would be getting on my ass on that one because they'd probably tell me, "Yeah, John, you did. And we still love you." And thoughts and feelings like that, that's what usually creates the spiritual upwelling. Not feeling like I'm so good about it. I feel like I'm going to throw up emotionally through my tears, through my screaming, through my yelling, and feeling like that. Because that's what's part of it. That's what's part of it. I can't help but feel this way. I know people will probably tell me I need to get out of my head and into other things like that and care about others, but fine. But the things that I'm afraid of outside the damn door, I'll be running into a trigger or two. But the thing is, as soon as I've been outside doing a few other things, I hadn't. So I'm stuck over here. So usually when the things get over here, so I probably would have my mother and my brother screaming at me, "You need to get out more, John. You need to." So I look forward to going to college all the time because I don't have to deal with the emotional triggers. Next month's going back to school. I'm going back to college. I need to make sure my clothing is ready to rock and roll. I'm looking forward to this. Give me a second. I'm going to check on my pot real fast. Well, apparently my dogs are very finicky when it comes down for food. I'll try something else. But I got nothing else but the chicken right now. And I bet a chicken broth, so she'll eat it. It's just have to be eaten for her. Meanwhile, pasta being fixed up, chicken being fixed up at this point over here. And with the carnitas, I'll work on that in the morning. I'm just, since I got the pot, might as well get the noodles boiled and chicken in and throw something in it. A little bit of something in there. Just a little bit of flavoring. I need to get something going on. Just a little touch of salsa, maybe. Just mix it in on the plate, but not in the cooking. How am I doing right now? As it is, I'm trying to stay away from all the hoopla and everything else going on because it's going to kick my ass. I mean, I could turn on the news and see how depressing and everything else is going hell in a handbasket. Lancaster seems to be the hot spot for trouble in the Antelope Valley. Not much in Palmdale, but we get hot spots over there where some guy gets chased by a CHP last night, shoots at CHP on the 14 freeway coming up through the pass, gets all the way over to Lancaster at this one particular trailer park, and that's it. Gets a hostage situation, holds his baby hostage for 20 hours before he gets shot in the head because he threatens his kid. Oh, God. Politics are happening at this point over here, and I can't stand seeing that. Air travel sucks right now as it is, so what I'm checking for right now is the local news and not the international or the local stuff because that's going to drive me crazy. Hello. 5. Channel 5. Hello, Melinda. A little news. Uh, let's cancel for right now, okay?